Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another day in Ag Expeditions. Today we're here with Jimmy and Karen Holt, and we are going to learn all about their berries as well as honey and cut flowers. So get ready for a great adventure and follow us.
I typically make arrangements for friends and family members and sell them at the farmers market up off Sandy Ridge and little local farmers markets. And I do these little what I call them bag bouquets. They're like tiny little bouquets, something different. And I do sell some to florists, a couple in Greensboro and one in Burlington. And it's just a hobby I love, and I can make a little extra money on the side. Here's indigo, and this is something that's florists love. It has a spiky, like a blue spiked flower. It's beautiful, and they love that because they can't ship it in. So that's good for local flower growers to grow, and it's something that comes back every year, so it's even better. And it blooms in the spring, which is good because now it's really hard to sell things in the summer because of COVID. Florists aren't having weddings and funerals, and so the more you can have that they can't ship in, and the more you can have in the spring when people are getting married is helpful. And I'm selling less to florists now, more to the farmers market because of COVID. They're just not having the big events that they used to have.
I've been beekeeping for a little over 10 years now, and it's been quite a journey from one hive up to I'm managing around 40 hives right now. It keeps me very, very busy, usually from March until July and August. Right now I have 3 or 4 separate bee yards. This is one of the bee yards I have here. These are mainly some of my newer starts this year, or some of my hives that have already swarmed. I do move bees up to higher elevations in the West Jefferson area for a different type of honey, hopefully to get sourwood honey. So I've got about 11 or 12 production hives up there right now. I had a fairly decent harvest this year as far as local honey goes. The nectar flow in this area runs from April till about the end of May, and that is when you're going to, or the hives will produce honey. I have extracted about 2 or 3 different times this year for local honey already, and I'm already prepping and getting the hives ready for fall and winter at this time. The honey is what the bees have to survive the winter months, so I'm feeding them sugar water right now, and will continue to do so through the fall and even into the winter time as well. Typically 3 different classifications as far as beekeepers go. You have your backyard hobbyists, which typically consist of like 1 to 3 hives. You have sideline beekeepers, which are usually 20 plus hives, 50 hives, somewhere around there. And then you have your commercial beekeepers, which are 100 plus hives. Of course, it's a lifetime of learning. Always rely on beekeepers, 2nd and 3rd generation beekeepers, as far as to network with. And I'm also tied in with Guilford County Beekeepers Association, which each county throughout the state has an active association, and I would always recommend new beekeepers to join and utilize their mentor program. I started the blueberries around the same time I started beekeeping. It was just a few bushes I started putting in about 11 or 12 years ago, just for our own consumption, our family consumption. And I've added about 10 bushes each year, and up to about 50 bushes right now. Some of these that you're looking at were some of the first bushes I put in. They're basically a rabbit eye variety. Most of them are older, traditional selection, Tiff Blue, Premier, Climax, powder blue as well, and a couple of newer varieties like a pink lemonade I have. Probably by next year it will go a little bit beyond what we can pick, my wife and I and family can pick on our own here. As the younger bushes mature next year, I think we'll probably have to look into bringing some folks in to pick or even trying to sell, at this point. So it is very labor intensive picking blueberries. It's a lot of fun at first when they first start coming in, but in the hot weather and that time of year, after picking for a couple hours a day, it can get a little tedious and old at that point. I try to pick twice a day to try to stay ahead of the birds. I try to pick before the berries are actually fully ripe, and then we take them home. We wash them, we dry them, and then we allow them to ripen probably for another 24 hours on the counter of our kitchen before we actually freeze the berries.